today's video, we're going to be reviewing this Kreg Accu-Cut. So I recently bought this to complete the cabinets behind me, and I ran into a few issues with using this system, and I don't think this is the best system for cutting down sheet goods, but it's what I have. So I'm going to go over a couple of things that I found out while using this. So the kit comes with two pieces of aluminum that I've joined together on the bottom here. Comes with a little bracket, and you put 4 screws in each side. And it's got a couple of tracks on top here. The next part is the carry mechanism for the circular saw. You can use a blade on the left or blade on the right. You just need to move this little block onto the other side and you can secure it in place. On the back here you have 3 tracks, and that depends on which blade or which side the blade is on. So for setting mine up, I put it on like so. And that's how it would glide up and down on the track. But what I've noticed is there's a lot of play in this, and it's not a case of just going over the joint. It's actually, no matter where, and I think it's got 1/8 of an inch worth of play on this sled, and it causes a little bit of problems when you're trying to cut a straight line, which this is meant to do. The next issue I have with the Kreg Accu-Cut is it can't cut a straight line. We obviously know why the base wiggles around a little bit, but what I can't get my head around is why I have a curved line. You can see this here, this is a straight edge, and you see it's touching here and touching here, but in the middle there is a gap, not very big, but there is a gap in the middle there. So it bows this way, and the corresponding piece is curved the opposite way. Now that makes it very difficult if you're trying to build cabinets or any piece of furniture really. The next issue I have is with the sled. The sled is made of plastic, and I just don't think it's a very good quality product. It flexes and it bends here, and then on this side here, it's bending as well, especially when you attach the circular saw. It's not something I expect from a high-priced item like this from Kreg. It just doesn't scream quality to me. It screams cheap and flimsy. I don't think it's having an issue or causing any problems with the cutting of the material, but it's just not what I expect when spending a lot of money on a product like this. So the next issue I have is cutting or clamping the Kreg cut to the workpiece. Now it's not meant to be clamped because you have this sort of sticky rubber type substance here, but when you've got dust and you're cutting a lot of products, then it can actually end up sliding a little bit. So I guess you could put something in the T-track here, but I've not figured out anything yet, and that just makes it a little bit more cumbersome and more difficult to use compared to just using it without. At the other end you have this starter piece here, which works great for starting the cut. It allows you to get the saw in place here, and then you can start cutting round about here. But it has flaws though. It means you can't clamp anything on this side because you have this in place. And then it's only a compression fit, so it can actually pull out a little bit, which is not great because then you could end up being at a funny angle or something like that, which then could cause you to create an off cut. So I'm not too sure what happened here, but this blue piece, after zeroing it when I got it, is starting to wear away. You got this bit here, which I'm not too sure what happened. There's like gouges coming out of there, which doesn't make sense that it happened here with the blade that's locked in place on this track system. And then further up here, the same thing happened again running up here. So I don't know what's going on there. It's just not what I expected this product to be. The thing that this is good for is cutting down the sheet goods if you're in the parking lot, or if you're going to process it through a table saw, then this is a great method. The only issue is if you don't have a straight edge to run off of, it could get a little bit difficult on the table saw. But I used this entirely for the build because I thought, you know what, this is going to give me great straight cuts, and it didn't. So if you've got a table saw where you can accommodate larger pieces of plywood, then this will work. I can't because I've got a smaller table saw.